So today I'm going to be doing a serpentine belt, tensioner, and spark plugs on my wife's Subaru Ascent. So to start off, 2019 Subaru Ascent with the F824 motor. This process is going to be the same for every Subaru in this generation and going forward up until this point, because they all have the same exact motor and pretty much the same exact layout. Obviously the size of the vehicle might make confines a little bit tighter, yada yada yada. So the first thing we got to do is you got to make some space to work. So I'm going to be working from the inside out, which means I'm going to be doing the spark plugs first, and then I'm going to work my way to the front to do the pulley tensioner and the serpentine belt. So the first thing we got to start off with, I already pre-loosened, is your intake shield to the box. So it's 2 Phillips head screws with the help of a screwdriver to take this off, and then it slides out from your box. So I like to keep the screws in the ports as I stage things. So now, next thing is we have the intake box here. It's held down at the bottom by a 10mm screw, it looks like. And then we have the sensor. So make sure as you're going through, you disconnect your sensors and you kind of wrap them up out the way. All right. So here's the opening after we take out the air box, and your plugs, one right here, one right there. So here's where it's gonna get a little tight. You're gonna need a flathead Allen wrench, or not Allen wrench, a flathead ratchet, because it's gonna be quite difficult to get these off with anything that is too bulky. So as you can see, so it is a 10mm. The 10mm fits right on. So now I'm gonna go grab my ratchet to show you how little space you have. So let me get this on. All right, so now that's about as much space as you have. That's about as much space as you have to get that bolt out. And then from the other side, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to take these clips off, right? Drop that down so that I can take this head off. And then we're going to do the same thing back there. All right, so I wanted to try something. So starting off with the rear, I just cracked it loose with my wrench, and then I was able to back it off a few more spins before losing space, and then I was able to reach in with my hand and back this off. So once I backed it off, I was able to pry it out with my fingers. So here is the first rear plug housing. So now, bend that up and out the way. So now the challenge is going to be with a swivel getting my my spark plug adapter in there. Okay, so I got my first spark plug out from that hole right there. Here's what I did. So I had to use a swivel with my socket, right? So you just kind of wiggle her on there, and then I used a wrench to crack this loose, and then I backed out as much as I could with just the extensions. And then once I got to a certain point, I had to take off the extension and then just kind of hand turn it in order to lift this back out enough to where I could reach in and it pulled out with the socket. So it is a bit of a fight because of the tight quarters and with the framing up against the side. But it is possible. You just gotta be patient. Don't fight it. If it seems like it is not it's not pulling out immediately, take your time, because these things are pretty long, okay? And magnetically, it does hold, all right? So you can slide it out magnetically as well. So now I just gotta check my my spark plug gap, and then we'll work on getting the new bad boy put on in. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that little lip at the end. At first I thought that the old spark plug was broken, but then I realized that's just how these are manufactured. So they both have that tiny little protrusion on the top. So I am not going to mess around and try to gap those, simply because I do not want to break that off and cause any issues. Because if you can tell, the arm is, you know, I would say maybe a 16th or so back from the tip of the electrode. So the electrode core. So I don't want to mess around with that. So I'm just going to leave it as is. They look to be about a similar distance from each other. So we just going to stick her back in and get her down to German spec. If you don't know what that is, it means Guten tight. So there you go. Okay, spark plug numero uno is in. Okay, it's in. So, so now, one thing to keep in mind, so get it in there, get it started. Use your extension, okay, on top of the spark plug socket to fit it in and hand start it into the bore, okay? Do not force your wrench in there, because obviously it's blind. You can't really see and you're coming in from a weird angle. So kind of get it in there, allow the spark plug to find its seating, and start hand threading in just with the extension. Once it's in there, once you start feeling a little bit of resistance from the threads, then go in with your ratchet and then finish the job, okay? It is gonna take a little bit, because unlike other ones where it's straight up and down and it's kind of falling into place to help you out, this is not. So these are super long as well. So it's gonna feel like it's taking forever. But just be patient, take your time, thread it down until you start feeling a little bit of resistance on the threads. A little bit, not a lot, a little bit. And then come back in with your wrench and finish it down. So now my next step is I'm gonna put some grease on the edge of the spark plug boot. Hopefully I have some, so that, you know, it pops up just as easy next time. Okay, number 2 on the left hand side. I've already cracked it loose and it's a little firm. I'm just gonna go as soon as I lose. All right, so it seems like I've lost most of the tension. So now I'm just gonna disconnect the flathead. I'm gonna disconnect the ratchet, and then I'm gonna just hand spin it out the whole rest of the way. Voila! So second one out, and then about to get the second new one back in. All right, both spark plugs are in on the passenger side. The front one much easier than the rear. So I would say start on the rear and then move to the front one. But definitely take your time. If you try to rush it, you're gonna break something. The biggest thing is going to be the oh no, my magnet. The biggest thing is going to be the style of spark plug socket you get. So this one is, I got this one a couple years ago from not Amazon, from AutoZone. This is a 3/16 skinny socket. They do make I'm sorry, 9/16. This is a 9/16 skinny socket. I believe you can get a 14mm skinny socket as well off of Amazon. So if you get the skinny one off of Amazon, it comes with the swivel attached. It's a little bit shorter than this, but you know, it's like $35. I think I got this from AutoZone for like 15 bucks, which still it's kind of pricey, but they didn't have the super skinny ones at Harbor Freight. So yeah,
So, but just take your time, take it nice and easy. You'll get it. You'll get it. You just gotta work it in there, work it nice and gently. So I'm gonna button this side back up, get the air box back in, and then we'll move over to the driver's side. Okay, now we're on the driver's side. So I'm gonna show you a couple things. As you can tell, the battery and battery tray are out. Okay, so right here on this little bracket where your charging system harness lays on, right here, there are some cutouts. Ooh, right here, there's a cutout right here and a cutout right here. You have zip ties that go there, okay? Hold on, focus. So there's zip ties that go there, okay? So one zip tie there, and then another one that goes back here, okay? So once we get those zip ties cut, this will be flexible, okay? This will be flexible. You have one line that clips in right here to your fuse box. The next step is going to be we need to disconnect the top and the middle harness of the ECU, okay? And then there's going to be another piece right down here where you should be able to get your screwdriver in. That's a plastic bracket. That should allow us to lift this whole section up out the way and tuck it behind this AC line to then access our spark plug homes. Let's get it. So I don't know if you realize, but right here, that little step, this locks in behind it. So you're gonna have to push this step in and then raise it, okay? And then it'll release, okay? So see, there you go, okay? So make sure you're not just yanking on that. You gotta push that step in and then raise the bar, and then it'll wiggle out. Okay, so I also took out this bracket that was sitting there, two 10mm bolts, captive nuts on the back end. So that's gonna go up here with the plastic brackets that I took out for the wiring harness. So now we have approximately a similar amount of usable space up here. The one thing that I would say is be very careful of your AC lines, all right? So that's gonna make this a little bit trickier, but if you take your time, be careful, it should be okay. Okay, so I'm not sure how well you can see it, but right there, so you see the boot? That is the rear spark plug boot. So I was able to get it out. This one is much, much tougher. So when you think you're running out of patience, have more patience. So what I did was I had to come at it from both ends. I had to have my front, oh, hold on, let me get the light set up. So I had to have my left hand come from this end, and then my right hand, I came in from this hole, reached down and around so that I could get it from both ends to get the leverage I needed to pull out and forward, like up at an angle towards me. So like very gently as not to tear the boot, and then it wound up popping out. So I just have it tucked behind the AC wire, or the AC line back there, as you saw, so that I can get in here. So now I think what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get my stubby extension and I'm going to locate the spark plug and then see if I can get another swivel extension on there. Okay, I have done it after about 15 minutes of, trying to squeeze my hand in there. My hands are like medium sized, but this makes it seem like they're gigantic. So I was able to get it out. What I had to do, so if I believe this is like a 2-inch swivel extension, maybe if you can get like a 3-inch swivel extension, I'm not exactly sure. But what I had to do was I was able to use this combined with my 1/4-inch socket. I got a 1/4-inch flathead, all right, like it's a skinny socket with a 1/4 to 3/8 adapter. So I was able to line that up with the short swivel, then onto the socket and press it, you know, so basically like one at a time, press it onto the spark plug, and I was able to get that going. Once I got it cracked, I was able to back it off enough times where I could use my hand to then back it all the way out. It took a while. I wanted to drop in my wrench down and had to fish it out. Then my light died, and you know, all that good stuff. But let's get the new one back in, all right? All right, ladies and gents, we are on to our last and final spark plug. On the front right side, or the front driver's side, I've already got the bolt out, I got the plug out. I'm gonna end this one here because by this time, you already know what to do. So basically at that point, you already know what it takes in order to do the spark plugs on your FA24 Subaru Ascent, Impreza, yada, 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 whatever, because they're all the same. And that one is going to be a B. So may the wrenches be with you. And as always, wrench daily.